Hello there, other strangers. Today's video will be going through a day without art. It's a little bit easier to say what I can do rather than what I can't do. We've kind of determined most everything is off limits, except for cleaning, running errands, and eating, and that's about it. I am allowed some social media. There was never a consensus on podcasts, so I'm going to listen to a couple while I'm driving on errands so I don't lose my mind trying to get through Atlanta traffic. So these were rules that were determined in the group chat with consulting some of you other strangers. I am a little worried, but also not, because I have a couple of things I have to do in Atlanta. I'm more concerned about the afternoon, but we determined that I can't cook. So I have been thinking about what I can do. But the one thing I have not been able to solve yet is my family likes to use the kitchen table as storage rather than to eat on. And I'm going to try and clean it off tomorrow so that we actually can eat at the kitchen table. But convincing people to do that instead of sit in front of the TV for dinner might be a problem. It's gonna be a time tomorrow. Okay, I have just woken up and I'm already kind of annoyed. Usually when I wake up, I put on YouTube and go make breakfast. But today, one, I can't make breakfast. I'm just having a smoothie, and two, I can't put on YouTube. Oh, this is gonna be a long day. Okay, so I'm gonna be switching back and forth between my camera and my phone. I have my smoothie. Don't judge me, it's a warm smoothie. For being really strict, I should have gotten a blank mug because somebody had to design this. So this is art, but that was money I didn't have to spend. So I'm gonna try and dress plainly today. Normally when I have breakfast, I'm watching YouTube videos, but I can't do that this morning because television is art. Since we said in the group chat that I could have social media, I'm gonna scroll through Reddit a little bit because it doesn't autoplay videos like everywhere else. It's hard not to encounter art at all because you think about it, everything that has a label had graphic design that went into it. Everything that is decorated in some way had design that was put into it, something that was artistic. Even clothes, like someone had to pick the design of clothes. And so I can't go naked. I can't do that today. I have to be warm today because I think it's gonna be in the 40s, which is chilly for Georgia. Don't come for me. I'm gonna finish my coffee and smoothie, scroll through Reddit, get dressed, and then go shopping. Okay, so I went shopping this morning for some fabric for my class, and because I'm not sewing today, I'm not counting it as art. So really quick, driving here, I did listen to a podcast, but one, we didn't establish that podcasts counted as art, and so I'm pulling that out of technicality. And two, especially in Atlanta, I'm already an anxious driver, but especially in Atlanta, for my sanity and my safety, having something going in my ear so I'm not thinking about how crazy the traffic is and getting overly anxious about it, I did have a podcast going. Roast me in the comments if you want. I don't think there was music going in the mall that I was in. I didn't pay attention if there was. My parking time is about to expire because you have to register how long you're parking before you go in, which is weird. To me, it's that Park Mobile app. So I gotta get going, but I will see y'all at home for lunch. Alright, I'm back home. For lunch, I am having leftover vegetable soup with some beans and tortilla chips because I don't have to cook either one of those things. And it's been nice not like having to cook, but also like I want the option. Alright, it's been a bit longer than I anticipated. Turns out I needed to take a little cat nap. I have 3 big projects I want to do today. The first that I'm going to tackle is organizing the room I'm using for sewing. The second thing is clean up my room because I had had it semi-organized and it's just kind of fallen into a bit of disarray. And then the last thing, if I can get to it, is there is a box somewhere in the basement that has some of my winter clothes. I know this because there's a pair of shoes that I have been looking for that I'm missing. So, third task of the day, if I get to it, is going to be rummaging through the very disorganized basement to try and find this box. I'm also going to be running a couple of errands with my dad. So yeah, that's what my afternoon looks like. Okay, so my dad's about to get back from speech therapy so that we can go to the bank to sign some paperwork and run some errands. But I did get things mostly cleaned up in here. If you can see behind me all this lovely table space all of a sudden. I had maybe half this much space before, but I need to get ready to go. Alright, check-in. It's a little bit later at the clean dining room table. I know I'm showing you guys more, or I'm not showing you as much as I'm telling you about stuff, but if you look over here, we had all these cleaning cloths on the table. That's my mom's stuff. Don't know quite what she wants to do with it. We had some magazines and coupons here. And then a lot of trash. A lot of trash. But I'm gonna finish my kombucha that I got at the grocery store and check back in a minute. So I decided that it'll be easier to kind of stay up in my room later in the evening. So I'm gonna clean my room later and I'm going to search for that box now. So this is the area that my sister and I keep our stuff in. Finding this box is not gonna be easy. So here we go. Y'all, I found them. I found at least one box. These are the boots I've been looking for. Oh my gosh. Another good thing to come out of today, I can get rid of these shoes. I got these in high school, but both of them are pretty banged up. So they're gonna go in the trash. Okay, so a little check-in before I go fix dinner. It is now 5:55-ish, and I have made a decent amount of progress. I'm gonna finish taking out of my room what I need to get out. I had a big pile of stuff here, and it's now almost clean. This is cover for scissors. I got rid of a bunch of posters except for this one that I made that honestly, if I'm gonna be real, I made this back when I was in college. It is John's very long quote about being a nerd, but honestly, I think I need to get rid of it. So now I have this whole box of trash, and then this is stuff that's getting donated. But pretty much for cleaning up, the rest of the room is back here, and over here in the corner, which is like my mom's sewing stuff. So I'm really just trying to get stuff off the floor into this cabinet back here. I didn't think I was gonna feel this good at the end of the day, but now being able to see like a mostly clean floor, it's mostly clean, this is really satisfying. I should do this like once a month where I like maybe more it's no internet. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I will check in with you guys post dinner. Okay guys, it is 8 o'clock and I'm ready to call it a day. I am tired of avoiding art Y'all, this is hard. This is actually a really good thing for people to think about when they undervalue artists, because you can pick up literally anything. Let's say this bottle. This is some room spray, and someone had to design this logo. Someone had to say, this is what I want the bottle to look like. Someone had to say, this is what I want in it. And all of that takes artistry and creativity. People don't realize that everything they purchase, there's a designer behind it. And I hope that people see this and realize that there's really not much you can do when you take art out of everything. The world is very quiet. The world gets very, very quiet when you take away art. I think because I planned today to include certain big things, like going grocery shopping, like going to Ponce City Market, that was going to take a lot of my time. It was sustainable for a day. If anybody truly feels like the arts are useless, I challenge them to do this for a week. I challenge you. You get bland food. You can't read. You can't listen to audiobooks. You can't listen to music. You can't watch YouTube. You can't watch TV. You can't watch movies. Avoid as much art as possible, and you will discover how quiet and sad the world is. I wish people could be forced to strip it away for a week and see how god-awful life is. Because it's sad. Life is sad without art. I think because I've been thinking about it for about a week, it seemed feasible to do for a day. I can tell you if I had to do this for longer than 2 or 3 days, I could not do it. Between just the silence and the fact that I would just run out of things to do. I think I've rambled enough. Hopefully I'll see you guys next week. I have to say I haven't had a couple of videos up because the job search and the depressing reality that I don't think I'm going to have a job in my field after the new year is really taking a toll on my mental health. Hopefully I'll be able to move forward and find other things, maybe. I'd appreciate positive vibes. I think that's all I have for this video though. So, DFTBA, other strangers.